Good morning, students. I hope you all are fine and safe at home. Students, today we are going to start with civics, chapter first, diversity. In this chapter, you will learn about the meaning and importance of diversity. You will learn about the linguistic diversity, religious diversity, geographical diversity, or cultural diversity in India, and you will read about the essence of the term unity in diversity in the context of India. Let us read the chapter. Students, there are three neighbors in a well-known locality of Delhi. All neighbors have different names. They have different ages. So let us read about them. First neighbor, my name is Fareen. I am 18 years old, Bangladeshi. I was born in Dhaka. I speak Bengali, Hindu and English. I live in Hauskas. Then another neighbor is there. My name is Isha. I am an Indian. I am 12 years old. I was born in Kota, Rajasthan. I speak English, Hindi, German, and little Japanese. I live in Hauskas. My name is Akari. I am Japanese. I am 10 years old. I was born in Kagashima in Japan. I speak English and Japanese. I also live in Hauskas. You have to create a 5 columns listing their names, age, country, place of birth, and language known. And from that, what we observe that these neighbors is different. All these three neighbors are different. They have different names. They were probably born in different cities and they speak different languages, yet they have something in common. They live in the same locality and each speak at least one common language, that is English. Now we will understand what is the meaning of diversity. Diversity, look around yourself. Isn't your class a replica of a situation given above? Each student in your class not only looks different but also have a different habits, speaks different languages, belongs to different culture and religions. There can be many more such differences between you and your friends. This aspect of being different from one another is termed as diversity. At the same time, some of you might be of the same age or might share similar interest or belong to the same area. This refers to similarity that exists between individuals. Despite this apparent diversity in a class, it remains a singular unit where student learns and play together. Diversity, a way of life. We all love wearing different clothes each day, eating a variety of food, or exploring new places. Imagine if we had to wear the same clothes every day, or eat the same food for all the meals, or visit the same place again and again. Would we find it interesting? Life would in fact become boring. Accepting diversity is a way of life. Each human being is different or diverse from another, as each has a different set of skills and interests. Some people are good at painting while others are good at writing. Some others might be good at singing. Some may choose to become a lawyer, doctor, engineers, or architects, while others may have the skills to become actors, painters, or writers. The underlying fact is that each human being is unique and these differences must be appreciated. Diversity thus is needed to add variety to life and to make it more meaningful. India, land of great diversity. India is a land of great diversity where Indians, despite our differences, have lived harmoniously for centuries. We worship different gods, eat a variety of food, celebrate different festivals, speak various languages, yet there are so many things that we do identically, only our ways of doing them are different. Let us try to understand the diversity in India. Diversity in India. India is known as a nation having unity in diversity. This phrase was coined by India's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. Many kinds of diversity occur in India, such as linguistic, religious, geographical, and cultural diversity. Let us read about that. Linguistic diversity. India has a diverse list of spoken languages, at least 800 languages and 2000 dialects have been identified. Of these, 22 languages have been recognized by Constitution of India. Some of these national languages include Hindi, Gujarati, Manipuri, Santhali, Telugu and Urdu. One would think this variety of languages would make it difficult to communicate, but on the contrary, respect for each other languages and knowledge of a common language like Hindi or English help people to communicate with each other. Religious diversity. India is probably the only nation in the world to have a wide variety of religions. It is the birthplace of several religions such as Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Jainism. It is among the few places in the world with a sizable Zoroastrian population. The existence of churches, temple, masjids, stupas, gompas, and dargahs reflect the emerging multiplicity of religious practices in India. Diversity in food and festival. Indian festivals and food speak of India's rich culture and traditional background. Every religion has its own food preparation depending on the kind of food available locally. Kerala, for example, has several dishes made out of coconut which is easily available in the area. People celebrate their festival also according to their local customs and rituals. The common element in all the celebration is that they celebrate humanity. Some of the common rituals which are followed in most decorations of homes and sacred places, traditional folk songs and dance performances, special dishes, flowers and lights. Geographical and cultural diversity. India has a great variety in landforms which in turn has shaped its culture. In the north and east we find the Himalayas and the three perennial river system Ganga, Brahmaputra and Indus. The west is marked by rough terrain and a desert, while in the south we have a coastal regions. These geographic divisions have had a lasting influence on the eating habits, clothing customs, and economic activities of the region, giving rise to diversity. For example, people living in the mountainous area of Ladakh depend upon sheep, goats, and cows for their food requirement, as very little agriculture is possible here. They wear warm clothes throughout the year. The main source of their earning is the wool. In contrast, people in Tamil Nadu, a coastal state surrounded by sea on the one side and hills on the other, practice agriculture and fishing. Their main food includes rice, vegetables, and fish. Since the temperature here is moderate throughout the year, they wear light clothes. Each region and state has carved out its own culture niche. However, the religion and cultural diversity in India is the result of not only its geography but also its history. Foreigners from various parts of the world came and settled down in India. They also added to the cultural diversity. They brought with them their own custom and practices which intermingled with the existing ones, giving it a composite structure. For example, the Mughals brought with them the Persian language which merged with Hindi to give rise to a new language, Urdu. It became a lingua franca of India under the Mughals and even today is one of the official languages. To understand how geographical and historical factors affect the diversity of an area, let us look at how life exists in two different parts of the country, Kerala and Ladakh. Case study Ladakh. Ladakh, situated towards the eastern part of Jammu and Kashmir, is bounded by two of the world's mightiest mountain range, the Karakoram in the north and the Great Himalaya in the south. The scarce natural resources have been judicially used by the people. Scarcely any vegetation is seen in this mountain desert. Agriculture is very difficult here because water is not easily available. Whatever water is available in the area comes from snow melting from the glaciers during the summer months. As the crops grows, the villagers pray not for rain but for sun to melt the glaciers and liberate their water. In the past, Ladakh became recognized as the best trade route between Punjab and Central Asia. For centuries, it was traversed by caravans carrying textiles, spices, raw silk, carpets, and dyestuffs. Goods were carried on ponies from Amritsar to Central Asia town of Yarkand and Kotan. On this long road, Leh was a midway stop. The famous Pashmina, better known as Kashmir wool, comes from eastern Ladakh and western Tibet through Leh to Srinagar, where skilled artisans weave it into shawls known the world over for their softness and warmth. The pashmina wool is produced from a special sheep that the people of Ladakh keep. This wool is priced and is very expensive and fetches good money in the international market. Like the land itself, the people of Ladakh are generally quite different from those of the rest of the India. The faces and the physique of the Ladakhis and the clothes they wear are more like those of Tibet and Central Asia than of India. This is because of cultural exchanges that took places between the original tribes of Ladakhis and the Tibetans. An example of this exchange was the spread of Buddhism to Tibet, which took place through Ladakh. In fact, Ladakh is also called Little Tibet. Buddhism remains a dominant region in Ladakh, but other religions also exist. Islam was introduced here from the west about 400 years ago. Today, there is substantial Muslims population in Ladakh. The imposing structure show a blend of Islamic and Tibetan style. We find that both the Muslim and Buddhists sing and perform Kesar Saga, the national epic of Tibet. Kerala. Kerala, which goes with the slogan God's own country for promoting tourism, is one of the smallest states in Indian Union. It is bounded by Western Ghat on the east and Arabian Sea on the west. Its unique geographical features have played an important role in the cultural and commercial history of India. Kerala is known for its spices such as pepper, cloves, cardamoms, which are grown in the surrounding hills. Since early times, it was known for its spice trade with the country in west like Greece, Rome, China, and Arabia. As a result of this trade, there was an interchange of ideas, culture between Kerala and these countries. During the first century CE, the Jews came and settled here. Christianity arrived in Kerala with the Apostle of Christ, Saint Thomas, in 52 CE. The trade relations with Arabia brought Arab settlers also to the coast of Kerala. As the trade between Kerala and the Muslim countries increased, many Arab Muslims came to Kerala and settled down on the Malabar coast. The travelogue of Ibn Battuta, who visited Kerala between 1342 and 1347, gives detailed information on Muslim in different parts of Kerala. He writes, at all the halting places there are houses belonging to Muslims at which Muslim travelers stop and buy food and other provision. Muslims are the most highly honored people. Similarly, traded from the court of Kublai Khan introduced huge fishing nets in Kerala. These nets are set up on teak wood and bamboo poles. They are called Chinawala after the Chinese fishing nets. The culture of Kerala thus has diverse elements which become a part of it because of the historical influences. People in Kerala today practice various religions like Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism. Through Kerala and Ladakh, though Kerala and Ladakh are geographical different, but two cultures have some common traits. Both the regions were influenced by Chinese and Arab traders. It was their respective geographical location that determined their trade. While Kerala came to be known for its spice trade, Ladakh became known for its pashmina. Thus, the cultural life of a region is often formed under the influence of its history and geography. University in diversity, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru described India as a geographical and economic entity, a cultural unity amidst diversity, a bundle of contradictions held together by strong invisible threads. Presence of diversity means that there would be conflicts. It should not, however, be allowed to become a weakness rather than it should be converted into a strength. As has been seen in the preceding paragraphs, despite the multiplicity of religions, languages, caste, regions, and culture, there has always been an underlying unity in India because of immense capacity to observe and assimilate different cultures of the world. People belonging to different regions have made valuable contributions to the development of the country. During our freedom struggle, people from different backgrounds worked together against the British policy of divide and rule. In spite of the religious, linguistic, and regional diversity, we came together as a nation to fight the British and become an independent nation. National integrity lies in unity The whole country is bound to as a civilization due to its common history, thereby preserving the national identity. Thank you and have a nice day.